43-year-old Marcelina Shionya was until recently a little-known mother of 3 struggling to raise her 3 children in the sleepy village of Umeruyala in Siaya County. But all this changed overnight. She became an instant celebrity, not just in the village, but the entire country. Water literally transformed her life in a day. These pictures of her with the president and other top government officials at her small house thrust her into the limelight.
Nililetea maji na nikafurahia. Ndio nilikuwa nateseka, sikuwa nafanya kazi yangu vizuri. Sasa hizi nafanya kazi yangu vizuri bila shida yoyote. Ninaishi kama penye watu wa Nairobi wanaishi.
Marcelina is one of the first beneficiaries of an ambitious project by the Kenyan government through the Ministry of Water and Sanitation to ensure provision of clean piped water to all households, dubbed the last mile connectivity.
Ilikuwa nachukua kama nusu saa kuenda, nusu saa kurudi. Hiyo kubeba mtungi ilikuwa na uzito fulani, hata ingeniletea ugonjwa. Sasa hizi kazi yangu ni rahisi, natoka tu kwa nyumba na nachota maji, narudi ndani ya nyumba.
This ministry considers itself a super enabler. Let's start there. Not just an enabler, but a super enabler. Enabling development, enabling social positive growth, enabling, you name it, from the schools, the children going to school, domestic, households, all the way to manufacturing, and therefore very, very squarely sitting on the big 4 agenda delivery axis.
The Lake Victoria South Waterworks Development Agency is the body responsible for that project and others, whose area of jurisdiction is approximately 2,300 kilometers squared, comprising the counties of Kisumu, Siaya, Nyamira, Kisii, Migori, Homa Bay, Kericho, and Bomet. The ongoing water and sanitation systems improvement and upgrade on various components includes intake, treatment, storage, pumping, and gravitational piping components.
We are partnering very closely with the Rift Valley Waterworks Development Agency. They are the implementing agency for this project, while we provide supervision for the project. We are the engineers. We do collaborate with them closely, so that we deliver this project within the time frame assigned to us.
Some of the Lake Victoria South Waterworks Development Agency infrastructure projects currently ongoing in partnership with the African Development Bank, AfDB, under the Kenya Towns Sustainable Water Supply and Sanitation Program include Siaya Bondo Water Supply Project with River Yala as its water source. The project has a daily water storage capacity of 5,000 cubic meters. It was done at a cost of 284 million shillings and commissioned in May 2021. 3,000 people are set to benefit directly from the last mile connectivity. Ugunja Sega Okwala Water Supply and Sanitation Project, tapping its water from the River Nzoia with a daily capacity of 8,400 cubic meters. This project is being funded at a cost of 1.1 billion shillings and is projected to be used by 120,000 people in the area. Kendu Bay Water Supply Project. The project is funded to the tune of 576 million Kenya shillings and is estimated to target about 60,000 people. Oyugi's Water Supply Project. Tapping its waters from River Awach, Kasipul, and with a daily capacity of 12,300 cubic meters, the project is targeted to benefit 75,000 people of Oyugis and Kosele. The project is funded to the tune of 600 million Kenya shillings. Keroka Nyangori Water and Sanitation Project. The project is funded to the tune of 170 million Kenya shillings with projection of benefiting around 46,000 people. Migori and Isibania water supply projects. These are funded to the tune of 280 million Kenya shillings and estimated to benefit around 76,000 residents of Migori and Isibania respectively. All the flagged off and ongoing Lake Victoria South Water Works Development Agency infrastructure projects are well on course, with optimism of meeting the set timelines.
The projects which we are currently implementing, a lot of them are the tail end, 80% done, are going to be bringing an additional 10% water to Kenyans. Meaning by the time President Uhuru Kenyatta is calling it a day, we will be at 8 Kenyans out of 10 having ability or being able to access potable water.
Siaya Bondo Water Supply Project in Nyala, with a daily capacity of 3,000 cubic meters, runs on hydro turbines with 2 megawatts capacity, self-generated power, hence reducing on the energy cost. This project was commissioned by His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta in May 2021 through the Last Mile Connectivity Program to enable more and more people get access to clean and safe water.
Kitambo nilikuwa naendea maji huko mtoni na nilikuwa nikipata watu saa zingine wamejaa, napanga laini. Hata nikitaka kufanya shughuli nyingine nilikuwa nashindwa.
Owing to the importance of the Last Mile Connectivity Program, Lake Victoria South Water Works Development Agency is currently re-engaging the government and other development partners for more funding to ensure last mile connectivity inclusion in all its projects, with the final consumer in mind.
Maji yenye iko treated, kuna vile inatolewa hapa, inaenda kufanya kazi kwengine. Na sisi wenye tuko hapa, hatutumii hayo maji. Sasa ukiangalia maji inaelekea Migori na inatoka tu hapa hii place.
A project makes more sense when it's completed and people are benefiting immediately. And therefore, as an agency, we have prioritized the last mile connectivity to be part and parcel of a project development cycle.
So, what is the Last Mile Connectivity Initiative?
Essentially, Last Mile is an endeavor to seek to get water to the last end user, who is the consumer. So the key performance indicator for Last Mile essentially is the number of consumers which the project is seeking to connect.
Despite the region being endowed with a massive water body, Lake Victoria, shared among 3 East Africa Community member states, areas around the region still experience acute water shortage, in turn sourcing the precious commodity from other alternative sources like rainwater harvesting, boreholes, rivers, streams and water ponds.
Hatuna uwezo wa kupata maji ya tap. Juu sasa itabidi tunatumia hii kwa wingi. Hata kuna wenye wanatumia kwa kupika, kukunywa. Juu hawana uwezo wa kupata maji safi.
However, the fortunes of the residents of Oyani area in Migori County are changing as they are set to benefit from the Last Mile Connectivity project.
To be as specific as possible, we have 5,000 connections that we are targeting. We have 3,000 in Migori, and we have 1,000 in Isibania, and then at the very end we will also give out 1,000 meters to the water service provider to be able to connect.
Access to clean and safe water is a basic fundamental right to both human and livestock. Hence, continued concerted efforts by the agency to improve on easy access to the amenity have led to improved sanitation levels.
In our outpatient registers, we used to have so many cases of diarrhea, both in adult and children. We've not had cholera case in Kuria East, and to be specific in Isibania for the last 3 or 4 years since we had the supply of water.
Water is a devolved service, and therefore the agency is working closely and in collaboration with county governments through various service providers to ensure increased connectivity, especially in remote and informal settlements.
Maji inapatikana asubuhi saa 11, ikifika saa 12:30 maji imepotea.
So water service providers, they also have their financial challenges. They're not obtaining as much revenue from the current users as expected, and therefore they cannot immediately connect people.
Along the way, projects have encountered some fair share of teething problems, with some community lobby groups being slow in embracing the projects.
Land acquisition is notorious, even when you have budgets. And it's notorious because there are issues of succession by families, and if a project is sited within a place where we need to acquire private land, then we are caught up oftentimes in succession-related issues and delays that come alongside that.
Lake Victoria South Waterworks Development Agency is among 8 other agencies that cover the entire country and are determined to make a meaningful contribution towards the achievement of the national water coverage target of 62% from the current 60%.
We need a coherent approach in terms of investment into the sector. Remember, we are still not able to reach our peak requirement of what it is we can do in terms of resources and investment in the sector.